a strain this is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a warning for you, a teenage warning, and we've got the Angelic Upstart for you now.
Up like a clockwork orange, then you hide the key to my destination. No satisfaction, it's all frustration. The times are changing, they're changing me. Open the cage, let free the animals, running wild with hard criminals. No satisfaction, it's all frustration. The times are changing when you're 13, 14, teenage warning, 15, 16, and nobody's listening. 17, 18, who takes the blame? 19, 20, 20th century. Is my image right for your fashion parade? If you don't look right, don't say nothing. 13, 14, the teenage warning, 15, 16, and nobody's listening. 17, 18, who takes the blame? 19, 20, 20th century. Nobody's listening. 17, 18, who takes the blame? 19, 20, 20th century. Is my image right for your fashion parade? If you don't look right, don't say nothing. 13, 14, it's a teenage warning. 15, 16, nobody's listening. 17, 18, who takes the blame? 19, 20, 20th
Welcome warmly back to the channel, Moonstompers. Hope you're doing okay. You better be. I'm Mrs Moonstomper.
And I'm Mr Moonstomper. Guys, it's absolutely fabulous to have you on board as ever. We hope you had a wonderful Easter weekend. Hope it wasn't too stressful for you. And we hope you liked the last video, but some people didn't. But then again,
their opinion.
Yeah, we can't all like the same thing, can we? And if we all like the same thing and we all did the same thing, I think that'd be borderline communism.
Oh gosh, yes.
Okay, and we're not about that or anything else political for that matter.
Would we be none the wiser if that was so?
Yeah, and the channel's doing fantastic. More and more subs, more and more comments. Guys, get down in those comments. It's exactly what they're there for. Yeah, yes. Exactly that. So,
oh yes.
This week's episode, obviously, the Angelic Upstarts.
Yes.
Now, in your opinion, and maybe the opinion of some of our viewers out there,
oh yes,
is this band controversial?
Ooh,
slightly.
Sort of like seesaw, teetering, maybe, who knows?
This is a band, in my opinion, that's could be controversial, could be, but may not be. But you know, loads and loads of bands are hit with controversy.
Yes.
But these were actually dubbed at one point. Now I can't remember who dubbed these as the sickest band in the UK, which I think is a bit of an unfair rap actually.
Oh, I thought you meant sick as in yo-yo sick.
No,
oh,
no, as in
sick.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I can't remember who did that, but that stems from an incident. But anyway, enough of that.
Okay.
Starting in 1977,
yes.
which is the Queen's Jubilee year,
Yes,
inspired by
The Clash.
The Clash. Not so sure about being inspired by The Clash, but they were.
Horses for courses.
Allegedly, and the so-called Oi journey, or what they would say is a punk journey.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So hailing from, where is it?
Tyneside, South Shield, a little place called Brockley.
Brockley Wins.
Brockley Wins, yes.
I always thought cauliflower wins myself. Prefer that to broccoli, but I'm just saying. Right. Anyway.
It sounds like the veg, but not. It's spelled different.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
Not like the veg.
Broccoli wins.
Broccoli. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So the 4 original members were like Thomas Mensforth, known as Mensi.
Mensi, yes.
Mensi Marks as well. He sort
really?
of gained that. He gained that reputation. Ray Cowie
Yes.
was the guitar,
Guitarist, yes.
and it was Decker Wade, Derek
drummer.
Wade, drummer, and the bass guitar was obviously Steve Forston. Yeah,
Yes. Oh, yes.
indeed. Right, and there. So their first single, which was
Murder of Little Towers.
Murder of Little Towers, Police Suppression.
Okay.
Now, that single, if I remember rightly. Now, I don't know a great deal about this band.
Same here.
I like the music, but and the same as I like Screwdriver's music, but I don't like the politics that follow some bands, the way that some bands promote it.
That's it.
So I tend to steer clear of a lot of what they say.
Oh, yes, yes. It's just for the sake of the music, really.
Yeah, it is. So
Just
I'd
ignore
much rather listen to the music than sort of like look deep into them, because the minute people start getting on a soapbox and preaching, I'm off. I don't want to do that.
Pyong.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm out of here.
So yeah, that was a self-financed single.
Yes.
Well, I think they all paid £25 each
Oh, I see.
to have 500 copies of that single pressed, where they sold those singles at gigs.
Okay, wow.
And allegedly, Mensi never saw a penny of it. But then again, I don't think you would really. Not on 500 singles, you're not going to make an absolute
That seems
fortune.
unfair, doesn't it?
But
It's really unfair.
that's the way it went. But the band, obviously hailing from the northeast, which for that style of music was quite. I'm going to say it was quite. It was quite a rarity,
Oh, yes.
actually, because the majority of bands were London based.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Uh,
There was.
so
It
you
was a
know,
little mining town once upon a time.
it was in fact
Yes.
Thomas Mensi was actually a miner. That's how he started.
Ah, right.
Went to grammar school, ended up as a miner,
Miner.
and I think Decker Wade as well. I think he worked as a shipbuilder or on the dockyards and did something. Then ended up as a miner for about 6 months. But the Upstarts took off, and the kind of like the rest is history.
Right.
If that makes sense,
Yes, it does, yes.
it certainly does to me.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, what do you even say about this band? Because it's
Well, the claim not to be on whatever side,
Well-
along with the right or right wing or the fascist sort of movement.
well,
The
yes,
claim not to be.
yes and no,
Okay.
because they were originally sucked into Oi. Now, whether that's fairly or not fairly, they were on certainly the first Oi compilation,
Oh, yes.
as far as I remember, and that's kind of how they got the sort of the following.
Oh, I see.
But desperately trying to fight the sort of what they dubbed as fascists.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Desperately trying to fight those away. Same as the Cockney Rejects, actually.
Yes.
But the Cockney Rejects, I've got more respect for that group because they didn't bang on about politics.
No, they never.
No, it was for them. It was football, and it was what was happening on the streets.
Oh, gosh, yes.
You know, and that for me is just so much respect for the Rejects for that.
Oh, yes.
But in a similar vein, now these guys charted as well, but the route to sort of chart them, as it were, was not as fraught as other bands.
Oh, I see.
And when I say it came easy, it didn't come easy, but
It never is it?
Jimmy Percy.
Oh, from Sham 69?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Did they work alongside each other?
No, well, he produced them.
Oh.
Produced I think it was their first LP, a couple of singles, and he actually got them a deal with Warner Brothers. So obviously a major record label.
It's American Warner Brothers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, of course it is.
Yes.
Of course it is. And then when they started getting singles like I'm an Upstart that charted, but they didn't do great. I'm not going to say they did great in the charts.
No.
Sort of like got to the high 20s, but they still got into the charts. And once you get, and in those days especially, once you go into the charts, you got noticed.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes, they did.
So.
And then recorded the first 3 John Peel sessions.
They did.
For Radio 1.
Yes, so to get through 3 Pearl sessions is.
Yes.
I would say now lots of bands got Pearl sessions.
Oh gosh,
Even Screwdriver had a Pearl session.
Yes.
But lots of bands got them. But to get 3 shows that band had got a little bit more than the other bands.
Keeping It Peel, it was called.
On
Radio 1.
Certainly was indeed.
Yes.
Now, their lyrics, I would say, politically charged, quite politically charged. In my opinion, Mensi couldn't sing for shit, but then again, a lot of punk singers can't sing for shit. That's why they sing that way. They're
monotone into voice is sort of flat, monotonous.
Well, it's badly out of tune, actually, to be honest with you, but not that I can sing.
Nah.
But in terms of music, it didn't require that. It's just that it's not the requirements. You don't
just
need,
rough and ready.
Yeah, you don't need to sing opera to sing punk.
No.
Same as metal or whatever else. You just don't need that, but it helps in some situations that you can hit those notes, but not all the time.
It's like a shouty sort of a singing type of singing.
Yeah. So being involved in Oi.
Yes.
So they said drew what they also badged as a right wing following. Whether that's true or not, I don't know because I weren't there, but I have a feeling it's quite probably true actually. And with that, trouble.
As always.
As always.
Yes.
But they denounced it, didn't they? Denounced it rigorously and pretty much, especially later on in their career.
All right.
They, turned to the left and, yeah.
There was trouble in one time, there was gigging in London and then I think some they were accused of being like neo-Nazi or something.
No.
No.
No, they were attacked.
Oh, they were attacked by...
Yeah. No, so it was Blood and Honour.
Oh, Blood and Honour.
Members. So if you don't know what Blood and Honour is, it's an organisation started off by Ian Stuart Donaldson of Screwdriver. He started that in, I think it was about 1987, after leaving, after breaking away from White Noise.
Oh, I see.
And White Noise, basically, that funneled into the National Front and financed the National Front, but he, in his infinite wisdom, thought the National Front are stealing all the money. It's not going into the music, it's going into other things, and the fallout started there, but started Blood and Honour, produced magazines, and then got a following, etc., etc. And the rest is history with that.
Yes.
But yeah, there you go. But that was a big thing, and I think that was 87, was it 87, 88?
I think it's somewhere around that.
Yeah, it was that. I remember it was the late 80s, and literally that attracted major controversy. But I can't remember the name of was it a festival? We'll put it on the screen, guys.
Yeah.
Because for the life of me, I can't remember.
Oh,
but
no, me neither.
It was. It was documented. That was widely documented. But then he turned to various left wing groups, and it was just like, wow,
Flipping out, man.
Yeah. So but. Yeah, I mean, each their own. Each their own. They didn't deserve to be taxed. Not for music.
No,
nobody deserves to be taxed for the music.
No.
But they also played in, I think it was Rock Against Racism as well. They had a part in that.
They did.
But yeah, so you can see how that was going, can't you? You can see it straight away.
Oh yes.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
You know, if they want to do that, let them do it, you know.
Their choice, their
Yeah,
life,
exactly. Yeah, of course, yeah,
their
definitely.
decision. Yeah, man.
So, yeah, the sickest band.
Right.
What was it for kicking a? Was it a pig's head? Did you have a pig's head on stage
Something like that.
in a policeman's helmet?
Oh, gosh.
As you do.
What did that pig do to deserve that?
I
Poor piggy.
don't know, but I imagine that was about as popular as a pork pie at a bar mitzvah, to be honest with you. Yeah, just saying. Yeah. So didn't they? Did they do a gig at a sort of like prison? Was it Accrington or something? They blagged their way in, saying they were. I vaguely remember it. It was kind of like a Johnny Cash affair. Like so, Johnny Cash has done that, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah,
He played at Metallica also.
They're playing St. Quentin in America, was it?
Both of them did.
Oh, right, yes.
I'm sure it was, yeah.
St. Quentin, yeah, that notorious prison in the US.
Very
Proper
notorious.
notorious. But this one is in Accrington.
Yeah, but it wasn't. That wasn't. I'm sure they blagged their way in saying they were a gospel. They were right, and it was it was before they were like really famous. They said, "Oh no, we're a gospel band" or something like that. So they've blagged their way in.
Yeah.
And they've got in through the prison chaplain, who's gone, "Oh yeah, well, we like a bit of that."
Come in, my child.
They've
Let's sing.
promptly set up and literally bang, have it. And I think half of the now get this, not half of the inmates, but quite a few inmates walks away because of the amount of swearing
Oh gosh.
coming from the band, but they're allegedly.
Would you believe it?
Well, yeah, quite. I probably wouldn't believe it actually, but I just thought that was quite amusing. So the band's obviously got a sense of humour.
Oh yes.
And
somebody's got
yeah,
to.
and respect to the band for that.
Yeah.
You know.
This is in 1979. And it made headline news.
Yeah, apparently so.
Made news.
Yeah, apparently so.
Not the tabloids.
Yeah, but and then they played. I think it was the Rock Against Racism. They also played that as well.
Oh yes.
Which was the militant eternal, and the militant entertainment tour or something like that. If I remember right,
Yes,
and that
it
was the Rock Against Racism bit
as well.
I was on about.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. Oh.
Yeah, which I think was slightly different, but
Oh,
yeah,
well, all right.
yeah.
Boing.
So some of their tracks were a bit. I don't know. Some of the different.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I mean, was it 2 million voices
2
or so?
million voices,
2 million
yes.
voices. Then there was Leave Me Alone. That's sort of like the young ones, and then there was Never Had Nothing. Oh, okay,
Never
fair
had
enough.
nothing. It's like a contradiction. Never had
Yeah.
nothing. That means you had something.
Never Had Nothing. Yeah. Okay. Fair. No. But I know what they. I know what they mean. And then there was it Guns for the Afghan Rebels or something like that.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. You know. And in England as well. Okay, so yeah.
England.
And then
Kids on the street.
Kids on the Street, and then what was it? We've got to get out of this place.
Yes.
Which
Is that from the 60s band The Animals?
yes, it is indeed.
Oh right.
It is. I don't think it's as good as the Animals rendition.
Oh,
but,
I love
you
The
know.
Animals. I do.
Yeah, but they're a North East band as well.
Yes, they're from that neck of the woods.
I'm from. Is it?
I know they're from Newcastle, but I'm not sure what area they're from.
No, I don't know what area they're from, but
Yes.
obviously Chaz Chandler,
Oh right.
the mega famous producer.
Oh him.
Yep, absolutely.
Ah,
So
yes.
there you go. And then stuff like You're Nicked and I'm a Politician and yeah,
Yeah.
and it went on and on and on and on.
Was that produced by Percy also? Or?
I don't think it was. I'm not quite sure, but it was WEA
Yes.
on instead of Warner Brothers.
WA label.
WEA.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
And then 2 Million Voices was on that was the next one. That was on Xylophone, which is actually, I think that's a subsidiary of the EMI group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
and then they went a bit. I would say they went a little bit. I don't know, poppy. To be honest with you, like sort of very pop. But then the Damned, they sort of went very sort of pop as well.
Oh, because they started out as goth. No, there's punk, weren't they? They started as punk.
Yeah, raw punk.
And they sort of moved into the goth movement.
Yeah, so then they went a bit pop as well.
Yes.
And a few bands did that in the 80s.
Yeah.
The Anti-Nowhere League.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, need us say any more about that one.
Mr Moonstomper, I can hear like a bell ringing. Is it time for a break, I wonder?
Okay, put it like that. Yeah, let's have a break.
Oh
yes.
yes.
So we'll have a break and
Yes.
we'll be back in a bit, I think.
in a bit.
So watch this and we'll be straight back.
Hi, my name is Erin Miklo, and I'm here with Mensi from Angelic Upstarts. How's it going?
Hello.
Oh, that show was so amazing tonight.
It was very good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
a bit
was.
crazy, a bit wild, but that's the way I like it.
You guys are regarded as one of the pioneers of oi punk. What was it like being a band in England in the 1970s in a genre that wasn't even fully defined yet at the time?
Well, I'd like to tell you first, before we begin, I'm not in a oi band, I'm in a punk band.
Okay.
I've always been in a punk band.
Okay.
I have no real knowledge of oi. I know it was a bushel sort of thing, but I was in a punk band and I still am in a punk band and I'll always be in a punk band. So I just grew along with it. Obviously, I wasn't one of the first. I came along very late in 77. But I think all round, I think I'm one of the very few who's absolutely stuck to his roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but with the history of oi, they do say that it was like it kind of started, and it was Gary Bushnell that coined the term, and he said it kind of started because there was like the punks and then rockers.
I sort of, to be perfectly honest, I did understand where he was coming from because he wanted to have a street movement, a street movement band. So we were certainly a street movement band.
Yeah.
We certainly were that, probably along with the Cockney Rejects and bands like that. But unfortunately, I had to distance myself from it because it quite quickly became enveloped with right-wing ideology,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And then that goes along with, in the early days, you had a lot of violence at
Yes.
your shows. Does that still persist today?
Oh, no.
I mean, tonight was awesome. I mean, it was nothing but, camaraderie, but...
I think it came to a head in the late 80s when we were attacked by boneheads. I won't call them skinheads because they're not skinheads. They're boneheads, fascists. I actually, at the time, I thought that was the end of the band because they were getting so strong. And then I was approached by members of Red Action and Anti-Fascist Action. And from then on, we, what I would describe as became proactive in self-defense.
Yeah.
And there was some more incidents which we were involved in, but it was all forward resistant.
Why do you think that they were coming to your shows? I mean, there was a lot of... what caused it?
If you go back, right, they want to latch on to every youth movement, and they love to latch on to the working class, because what you got to remember, right, that fascism, right, is controlled by the middle classes and the elite. But the foot soldiers are from the working class, always have been. They'll always recruit from the working class, and working class people is what they focus on.
Yeah.
And because I was up and coming, a working class punk band, not arty, not university educated, pure working class, I think they became focused on us, and quite quickly we started fighting back. Mind on saying that, I did welcome them at certain points in my career, and early I did welcome them and try to talk to them.
Okay.
I did use that approach. It didn't work. It certainly didn't work. It was futile. So we went to a different approach, which I said was proactive self-defense.
Of course. I mean, eventually it gets to a point where even today that, you fight back and sometimes, we will outnumber them.
Yes.
And
Well,
so
the idea, right, to success is to fight when you know you can win. That's the idea to success. If you think you're going to get beat, retire, because there's nothing gives them greater pleasure to brag for 20 years. And the other thing is to brag about defeats, to turn defeats into victory. It's fantastic. We absolutely annihilated them at Waterloo. And some of them said, yes, what a great day, or what a victory. And I thought, what? They must have been at the Waterloo with Napoleon, I think. Because they certainly weren't at the Waterloo where I was at, but never mind. But mainly, they're born of pure ignorance.
Yeah.
That's what they're born of. And they have no willingness to learn.
yeah, I mean, it just behooves me how a person would even want to be involved. Like, why would you want to be involved in that and believe in those things? I don't know what the motivation would be behind that.
Well, it's very simple, isn't it? I mean, for the fascists, they come along, you're a young kid. Maybe you're alone. Maybe you've had a bad family upbringing, whatever. And all they say is, there you go, put the badge on, swastika. You're with us now. See them over there? That's the Reds. They're the lefties. Watch, we'll bash them. And they'll go over, and there might be a couple of students standing there who've never been in a fight in their life, not involved in anything, and they'll go slap them about, and they go, well, I'll have some of that. This is easy, this. Go around, terrorise people. And then they turn up, and the young kid looks, he's got his badge on, his big boots, he's marching up the road. Sieg, Highlander Sieg, Highlander Sieg, Heil, Heil to you, Seagull. And then they come up against the likes of Red Action, Anti-Fascist Action, and the young kid says, hang on a minute, who's them there? Oh, well, that's the opposition. But I thought they had long hair and anoraks. No, not all of them, son. Bang, 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 good night. Punk has given me such a fantastic, free education, which is to travel around and meet people, you know. Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. If only the boneheads got off their arses and, you know, I'm sure they'd just think that a foreign country is Benidorm, where they can go and have an English breakfast and drink English beer. Oh, with me Union Jack shorts on. Yeah, right, okay. You know, they want to get out there and see life, because there's nothing gives you more knowledge than traveling.
Yeah.
Nothing. Doesn't matter what book you read. The only way you get to know situations is to travel and have a look for yourself.
That's exactly right. I mean, the times that I've been to Europe, it is a culture shock for me being American. I mean, it's just completely different cultures.
I've travelled a lot, and wherever you go, there's always the opposition. There will be there, but we've got the punk rock family, and we're small, but we're a very strong unit. We've seen, like, here tonight, what could the boneheads done here tonight? They could have got destroyed if they came, I suppose. But you're not going to do any good here, are you? And that's mainly most places. You're not going to really do any good at an Angelic Upstarts show, are you? If you want to come around with your swastika shirt on, are you?
Yeah.
It's not going to be very good for your health, is it, you know?
Especially with this crowd tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you couldn't bounce around here with a place full of Mexican kids who are just like, just waiting to bounce up and down on fucking Trumpsters' heads, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, so with all the big festivals that you have played, what is it that makes tonight special playing the show for our friend Gonzo?
Well, it's a little bit different when you're personally involved with people, you know, like friends. And it's just something to look forward to. It's, like I say, I hate traveling, but I love getting to the destination, you know?
Me too.
Once you're at the destination, it's fantastic, you know, and you just learn something, you know, and I love learning.
Also heard that you're a huge football fan.
Yes.
And I am not sporty at all. So what is it like in a game in England? Can you share some of your most memorable moments?
Well, my most memorable moments
Like, what's a game
are usually
like?
being depressed because we're shit. We're absolutely rubbish, you know. But it's like it's a community thing, you know. It's like where I'm from, you look to the left, which is red and white, or you look to the right. Not politically in any way, I hasten that, but you look to the left is Sunderland, and you look to the right is Newcastle. And I was born looking to the left, and I've never been any different. But it's so involved with families and everything. It's a lot more than sport. It's part of your life, you know. It can send you into depressions, which it frequently does for me, because they're so rubbish, you know.
Have they always been bad?
No, a couple of times they've been good.
Yeah.
They're odd times, you know. But very odd.
And so, but why don't you change teams?
No,
'Cause
you
can't.
can't
You're
do
born.
that.
You're
No.
born with your team.
No, you can't do that.
Okay.
No, you can
I got
change.
you. I'm not sporty, so I don't know. You're gonna
You
tell
can
me these things.
you can change your wife. That's not difficult, but you can't change your football team, you know.
So, but what does it mean to you to be a part of a team? It's just a sense of community, or
Oh, it gets you. It like I say, when you get beat, you come out the ground. I mean, I take my son, right. The poor little guy. He's been gone since he was 5, and he's 8 now. I think he's seen them win 3 times, you know. And we won the last time I took him, and he was ecstatic. He was running up and down, you know. And I was watching him thinking, that's what it's all about, you know. And for so many times we'll walk away from the ground, and he used to say things, you know. Do you think we'll ever win, Dad? I don't know, son. He goes, we'll never score any goals. I went, I know. Well, so it's difficult, but it's ingrained in him now, you know. I mean, the kids make fun of him and it's just like water off a duck's back to him. He's Sunderland and that's it. It's just part of life, innit, you know. If you ever come to England, if I find out tonight I really don't like you, I'll take you, okay?
well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. You are a legend, and your show was awesome tonight. You're amazing. So
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Welcome back, everybody. I do hope you enjoyed that little snippet.
Hope you did indeed. Yes, so the Angelic Upstarts, as if. So on the Oi LP,
Oh yeah.
first I think it was like the first Oi compilation, and then years later, completely denouncing Oi.
I say. I
And
wonder why.
well, because of the again,
That's that old chestnut.
yet again, because of the actions of a few. That again, that just got such a bad rap that you know that band completely walked away from it. Went, you know,
Still on the
would
touch
have.
it anymore.
Well, you saw what he said
Oh yeah.
in the interval, and to me, I don't even know what to think about that. I
No.
really don't. You know, it's again just a few boneheads made it bad for everybody, didn't they?
Yes, they
In
did.
fact, quite a few boneheads made it bad for
All the
everyone. But
time.
you know, there you go.
Didn't Menzi leave briefly?
He did. Well, yeah, he did.
Leave the
So,
group for a bit.
right again, right. Mensi was the longest serving member, the only original member for quite a bit. Now, I think their last studio album was in '92 or '93. But I mean, sort of going through those changes where you know it was like literally they were accused of having like the perfect pop record
All right.
as well, which I think was like something like Last Tango in Moscow.
Yes.
Fair enough, you know. Don't be happy about that.
Oh.
But and then going back to that gig again as well, you know, which was that Oi gig. It was actually '88. That was not '87.
Oh, I see.
Where that attack happened.
They had to abandon that. That's where they had to abandon
Well, they abandoned it, and the rumour mill was that band were completely finished, but they weren't at all. You know, a year later, they were still gigging actually.
Yes.
So you know, so much for that attack. Yeah. So he did leave, but I think he left in. I'm going to say it was 2006, but only briefly.
Yes.
And he was the last original member.
Yes, because most of them have gone now, haven't they?
But they did. But
Passed
Decker went back, so he was then the only original member until
Yes.
Mensi came back. If that makes sense.
Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah. And then, like you say, most of them passed on, but that wasn't till later. It wasn't till way later in the, I think when COVID hit.
Yes.
Literally, it wiped them out, it wiped Mensi out.
Yes, 2021.
Yeah,
Sort of got him really when COVID started.
I think he was 60. I think he was 65 when he sort of passed there or thereabouts.
So, something like that, I think it was.
So yeah, absolutely,
It's a terrible shame.
Yeah, awful.
They've all gone, yes.
Absolutely awful. Whether it was COVID, whether it wasn't, whatever you believe, who knows?
Well, it's always said COVID. When COVID was around, it's always known as, they passed away from COVID, but there's always something underlying.
Well, they couldn't touch them. That was the issue was they couldn't touch them. So COVID was probably the contributing factor that sort of did it. Just a bit like getting pneumonia. You can be always something, but get pneumonia, and it's the pneumonia that's actually going to kill you in the end.
Yes, they did a live album. They did, yes.
Was that Angelic Upstarts live in Yugoslavia?
There's one 81 and the Yugoslavia one was 1985.
Which is weird because Anti-Nowhere League went to Yugoslavia as well.
I thought there was another band
which is
live in Yugoslavia.
I kind of don't get the...
It's the attraction in Yugoslavia.
Obviously Yugoslavians.
It's no longer called Yugoslavia now, is it?
Oh, I can't remember what it was called. We went into that before and we got it completely wrong, so don't go there.
Don't even go there, good friend.
Yeah, my geographical knowledge is... It's okay, but then it's like when, countries, when they change names, I'll forget completely,
Your navigational skills are a bit better than mine. I'll give you that.
Well, I don't go by twat nav, obviously, but, just saying, Mrs Moonstomper. Okay. So,
Live and Loud as well.
Live and Loud,
Live and Loud, 88, yes.
They've done loads. I mean, they've done lots of different bootlegs and rarities, and I think they've had 8 studio albums in total. I think. Then like a whole clutch of compilations, but they're on Link Records as well.
There was, yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
And then guess who else they were with? Captain Oi, as if you couldn't guess. Yeah. There you go. Picasso, Anagram, and then Razor as well. So yeah, quite a few records there as well. Yeah.
I think Cherry Red was somewhere amongst them in the mix.
Cherry Red. Yeah, again, Cherry Red are definitely, but they, again, like Captain Oi, what they specialise in is not recording people. It's just we'll put our label over the top of that, and we'll so the distributors basically.
Yes.
But yeah, same as Captain Oi, same as Link, so etc. Yes. So there you go.
Yes.
So controversial? Yes, no, yes.
You decide.
Yeah, left wing. Yeah, okay,
Left
fair
wing,
enough.
right wing.
So Mrs Moonstomper
Yes, Mr. Moonstomper.
and guys at home.
Yes.
I don't know much about the Angelic Upstarts, in all honesty. Like I say, like the music, politics. So I've tended to steer clear about reading into them, looking into them.
Yes.
And to be honest with you, that's as much as I know.
Yes.
And I've got a feeling you're pretty much the same, are you not?
Yes, we just give as good as we. As we've got.
As we know.
As we know, yes.
As we know. Not everybody knows, but we know. And then if you don't know, then you guys certainly know. And that's what the comments are for. So share your thoughts in the comments, guys. So going forward, Mrs Moonstomper.
Yes, Mr Moonstomper.
And guys at home.
It's life, Jim, but not
Yeah,
as we know it.
just not so much a question, but I have a feeling that you guys at home aren't really into the mainstream bands such as your Sex Pistols, The Clash. Those don't tend to do so well.
No, they don't.
Sham 69 didn't do so well. Took ages to get to 1,000. So more obscure bands,
Yes.
the ones that aren't featured, we're going to look at more of those.
That's it.
Because that's where I think it is.
That's where it's at, yes.
Yeah, definitely. And then more genres. Yeah, people have mentioned more genres.
They have,
So we
yes.
are going to look into those. In terms of getting out and about, now there's 1,000,001 festivals, which there are every year.
Oh, yes.
You've got Rebellion, you've got Isle of Wight, you've got Brighton, both the Scooter rallies there.
Oh,
Then you've got Skinhead Reunion. And there's loads and
There's so
loads and
many to
loads.
mention.
Whether we can
There's a
get
lot.
to any of those or not, we don't know. But if we do, it'd be amazing to meet you guys there. It really would be if you're in
Wow,
that
just
neck of the
think.
woods. yeah, it would be definitely.
Oh, yes.
And then going forward again, sort of plans for the channel. Are you guys still happy with it weekly? And
Fortnightly.
yeah, do you like the length of it? The programme that is. That's exactly what she said, or he said. Right, Mrs Moonstomper,
Stop.
do you want us to shorten the length of the programme? Are you still happy with it weekly? I think weekly church is a good thing.
Yes.
Maybe
for some,
fortnight,
yes.
maybe fortnightly.
Who knows?
Do you want us to introduce other genres, and or double it up and have a midweek one?
Yes, let us know.
Yeah, in the comments
I'd like to
again,
hear
guys.
your opinions
in
and your
the
comments.
comments.
Because it all matters, yes.
It certainly matters.
Yes, it does.
Definitely. And we're still thinking of how we're going to give these prizes away.
Wow.
So yeah,
A lovely, lovely lot of prizes.
yeah,
In one.
yeah, absolutely. So we're still going to give those away. I need some space back in the studio.
Yeah.
It's tiny. What you see is what we've actually got, guys. Plus about another 100 acres behind. No, just joking. So, Mrs Moonstomper,
Yes, Mr Moonstomper.
have you got anything else?
I haven't. Have you, Mr Moonstomper?
No.
Have you not?
No, I haven't. This one's short and sweet. We do apologise. Like we say, don't know a great deal about the Upstarts, but we thought we'd feature them. Why
yes.
not? And next week, not sure what we've got coming up. Hopefully
sure.
we're back to our old selves and we'll give you some more quality content. Don't forget we've got bands like Haymaker, we've got Blitz. There's hundreds of bands,
Yes.
literally hundreds.
We mentioned
All the obscure bands, and then we've still got to get round to some RAC stuff as well, and then we'll do some extreme left as well,
Oh.
left and right. Okay, fair enough. And if you wanna subscribe to those politics, that's up to you guys. But it's not for me. I just like the music, and that's what
Yes.
I'm in it for. And
The music makes it.
don't forget as well, we've got a fantastic documentary up and coming as well.
Oh, yes.
And that's been entered into a film festival. It's in edit at the moment, but we're still shooting for it because it's a long process. Those things don't happen overnight.
That's it. Takes
But
time.
it'll be, I think it's going to be relevant to the channel. I think it's going to be very relevant. So if you want to watch
Keep
it,
watching.
and we're not sure whether we're going to post it on YouTube or whether we're allowed to post it on YouTube until it's been aired.
Okay.
So it might go onto a film platform depending, but if you get it onto YouTube, all the more better for
It'll
us.
be great.
Yes, I think it should be free.
Gosh.
Yeah, I think it should be free to view. Don't think people should have to pay to watch that. But there you go.
Yes.
So,
Aha.
so anything else, Mrs Moonstomper?
No, Mr Moonstomper. No.
Okay.
No.
So guys, as ever, I've been Mr Moonstomper, and I love you all. Peace out, guys.
Blessings and peace. Love ya. See you next time.
Something's going on, but I'm still.